Hello everyone and welcome to Unacademy classes. So let me first check out if the stream is working properly, then we will begin our class. Yeah, it is working properly. So once again, hello everyone and welcome to Unacademy classes. My name is Abhishek Mishra, and in this class we are going to discuss about the important questions from the manufacturing subject with respect to your GATE examination. And we will be discussing mainly recent exam GATE question in this particular class, and we will be seeing what type of question has been asked recently, and this session will entirely be in English. And I will be using quite simple English because of the technical terms involved. They You will already going to learn them in English, so I don't think that you will going to suffer from any problem by the language. So just again, in this class, along with the doing question that are important, I will also be sharing some important tips and tricks and some important details that you should look forward when you solve a question. And also I will be just pointing out some common mistakes that are there for you to avoid, and that you should just keep in mind while doing a question, so that you don't make that mistakes. Because what happens is that when uh, we solve a question during GATE exam or any current situation where there is pressure of doing this question correctly in a given amount of time, we usually make tends to make mistakes which are not that common. uh, so that mistakes, that weird or that unique mistakes that we make, can be avoided if we see a question properly, give if we just decode every detail of the question, and if we just be calm and just solve that question. So we will be discussing about these things in our class, but before that, let me first introduce myself. So I have secured All India rank of 662 in GATE 2020, that is this year's GATE exam. I have completed my MTech in 2019 from IIT BHU Varanasi, and I have got a good teaching experience of 2 years in mechanical engineering subjects. Some of my interests are listed here: photo editing, video editing, cricket, football, and I like all sorts of games. And since I have studied for GATE examination, I have secured a good rank in the exam, and also I have taught for GATE exam. So I have a lot of tips and tricks accumulated over the years that I will be sharing with you. So you can be rest assured that in this class you will be getting a lot of good infos, a lot of good tips that you can just implement and just be better prepared. Uh, just have these tips to so that you can just solve this question quickly. So first of all, download the Unacademy's app. It is absolutely free of cost, so I think you don't you- so sorry for the inconvenience. The internet got disconnected, so our class got stuck at a point. Now we are live, and let's discuss the class. Let's continue our discussion. So we were talking about the app, the Unacademy's app. It is free to download. So just go and download it. This app has it all. It is a complete package because it will provide you all the information about the classes that you can attend, upcoming classes, recorded classes, the test series that you can attend, give upcoming test series, and the test series you can give at the moment also is shown here. The performance analysis will be also provided to you, and you can assess that analysis from the app itself. And also the app is showing you the structured courses that you can just take your study from, and you will get notifications so that you will be well prepared for your class. Because of the all because of that notification, you will be just getting notified that this class is coming, and you should be just prepared for it. So this is one thing that is very beneficial. along with the other advantages of this app that I have discussed. So overall, this app is complete package, and you will see that uh, if there is something that you require for online study, then this app has it all covered. So just download this app and check out for yourself, because this app is free. So I will just say this, that you should just check out for yourself after downloading this app, so that you will have a clear view and a better view say, than me discussing about this app. So now we will discuss about the Unacademy subscription plans, then we will continue our class. So the Unacademy subscription plan is just like any other uh, educational institution. You have to pay a fee, and that fee will be that you paid will give you the services, and here the educational services that you are receiving is second to none, because of the amount of content that Unacademy is offering, and the quality of that content is far greater than anything that you will find right now. And this contents will definitely help you a lot in your gate preparation or any other exam preparation, because first of all, from day one, you will be getting your money's worth because of the daily live classes that will be held. And this live classes, since will be held day in day out, so you will just form a rhythm of studying, of preparing. And Unacademy is also making sure that this live class is such that you get a better interaction with your educator. You can clear your doubts, answer polls in a better way than you can do on YouTube. So on YouTube you cannot do these things properly. There is very limited interaction that can be have that we can have in YouTube, because of the reason that YouTube is not designed for educational services. It is designed for all purpose video service. But Unacademy is specially designed for preparation, for educational platform. It is specially designed for students to interact more with their educator, and the educator can also have a lot more freedom to express themselves when they teach in an academy. So by keeping this in mind, you should just check out the Unacademy's app or Unacademy's website and see for yourself that what Unacademy is offering, how their the classes work. You can just see that, and that after seeing that, I'm sure that you will be subscribing to Unacademy because of the richness of the content there. And there are also live tests and quizzes that you can take part in. So this live test and quizzes, since they are live, therefore you will have a practice of preparing or doing questions in crunch situations. So that is again very important thing that you should be just taking part in. And Unacademy has taken care that all the courses that you learn are arranged or are structured in a way that you get to study them in a progressive manner, or in a manner that maintains a rhythm, which is very important, because for gate exam you have to study for a long number of days, and each day uh, you have to be 100% energized and focused, because in gate examination each and every topic has its value same, because any topic questions can come, and that question will be of same 1 or 2 marks, and therefore that question becomes same in importance with the other questions. So you have to study each and every topic with full energy, and therefore this structured courses will help you a lot and will make you study them with full energy, by making you study in a progressive manner, in a manner they have scheduled their content, such that you will not get disfocused, or you will not lose your momentum. And therefore structured courses is one very important thing which is not there in YouTube, because in YouTube the courses are scattered. So therefore structured courses, very important thing. An academy subscription is needed for that. And unlimited access of content is there. For example, if you want to study content which of if you want to study or attend a class which was held previously 2 weeks or 1 week or 1 day or 1 month back, and you can do that, because Unacademy subscription provides you the option of attending classes which was previously held any time, and you can do that anywhere with flexibility, and you can also rewatch a class that you attended live. So uh, this studying in your pace and this flexibility that Unacademy is offering is very good, and this is only possible if you are studying online, and in offline traditional classes this is not possible. So this is another benefit that you should just look into. And you are going to learn with top educators, so these top educators will provide you an effective and efficient way for your preparation, and the tips and tricks, the discussions that will be there for you to see by these educators will help you study in less amount of time the contents that are required the most to score good marks. And therefore all the time of yours that will be spent in an academy will not go waste, because of the reason only, this reason only, that an academy is providing you this top quality educators who are very well experienced in their respective fields, and these educators will only teach you the thing which are important for you to score good marks in your gate examination. So there is no way that this Unacademy hours that you spend will go in vain, and all the these educators are there for you to just take benefit of from their classes, and a single subject also has multiple educators for you to choose from. So another nice benefit that Unacademy is offering is right there. And these are the subscription plans of Unacademy plus subscription plan. So plus subscription is like, so plus is like your classroom experience where you will be studying with other students, and with other students you will be discussing a question, you will be taking part in discussion that the other students are discussing, and the educator will teach this multiple students, and overall this will be completely similar to what you study in classroom. And therefore this classroom experience is one that you should be just looking into, because I think this is one of the best plans. And if you want to save a lot of money, then choose either from 12 months, 18 months, or 24 months plan. And one very important thing that you have to just look into here, that if you want to save a more amount of money here, then use this code in either of 12, 18, and 24 months plan, then you will be getting 10% off. So after using this code, your discounted prices is shown here. So this prices is only possible if you use this code. So this is the special code that I am sharing with you right here right now, and this code is in capital letters ABHIMI, and this will give you 10% directly off. And the best plans to apply this code are 12, 18, and 24 months, because your overall discount is already more in this plans, and if you use this code you will get extra discount, and that extra discount you should be taking seriously, because you can easily save thousands of money if you use this code. So don't forget to use this code, and choose either of these plans because of the most discount offered here. And just choose one of the plan that you think is affordable and that you think is according to your budget, and just start your preparation, start giving test series. Mainly you have to start giving test series as soon as possible, because of the mistakes, and because of the things that you will be learning from that test is invaluable, because at the end of your preparation, when you will give exams, you will definitely make mistake, and that mistakes can be avoided if you already have made them, or if you have already have studied question in a way that you can avoid that mistakes. So for example, in a test series, if you make a mistake of writing question answer in a wrong unit, then you will be just keeping in mind that you have to always keep uh, the units checked before answering a question. So this little things that we just avoid during our preparation, that we just ignore during our preparation, can be uh, can be taken more seriously when we give our test series test, and therefore you have to just start giving them as soon as possible and don't wait for uh, so good evening. One of the student is has joined us. So I was just discussing about the importance of test series. So test series importance is basically this, that you have to give test series as soon as you can. Don't wait till end of December to start giving test series, because during that time you have to start your revision also. So if you just accumulate, collect all the test series that and plan that you will be giving them only when you are 100% prepared, then you will not be able to take benefit from that. And that's not how topper scores. A topper or a good scoring rank student start giving test series as soon as possible, because he or she knows that that test series will benefit him. He can learn or she can learn from the test series, and therefore you should start giving test series in, and keep in mind that the test series that you will be giving is not to score high marks in that series. Test series, you are giving test series to learn and to improve your performance. And there is one more subscription. So there is one more subscription, Iconic subscription, and this is for those who need personal coaching and personalized experience. And again, you can use this code ABHIMI in the this subscription, and get 10% off here also. So these are the benefits of Plus and Iconic. And after this we will be start our questions that we will be discussing here. There are a lot of questions today to discuss, so we will be continuing that discussion from our previous class. So before ending this subscription plans discussion, just again I would like to remind, there are two subscription types, Plus and Iconic. Plus is classroom type subscription where you are studying with other students, and Iconic is for those who need personalized assistance. So this code, use this code, join one test series or join one subscription plan. The subscription plan includes the test series, and start giving the test series as soon as you can. And also take advantage of each and every content that you can, because ultimately you are spending time, you are investing time in preparing your GATE exam. Therefore that time that you are investing should be well spent. Therefore use every resources that is available, so at the end of your preparation, when you give your GATE examination, you should be very satisfied with your preparation. So be satisfied your preparation and use every tool that is available to you. So now we will start doing the questions. So the first question, it came in GATE 2020, that is this year's GATE examination. And this question is a little bit different that than we usually do. But here you can just you can apply logic and do this question, but we will be doing this question first in a right approach. So what this question is asking, so if you know the answer to this question, you can always write the answer in the comment section. And if you don't know the answer to this question, then just listen to me and just try to learn what the question says and how we can solve it. So a sheet metal with stock hardness of 250 HRC has to be sheared using a punch and a die having clearance of 1 mm between them. If the stock hardness of the sheet metal is increased to 400 HRC, the clearance between the punch and the die should be. So in this question, first of all, we will see the clearance formula. So clearance is given by this formula, and here we have two materials, one with hardness of 250 and second with hardness of 400. And the hardness, the clearance between punch and die is asked for this 400 hardness material. So we know that, or you should just be aware that tensile strength, this is just from the logic, you can say tensile strength is proportional to hardness. So usually hardness and strength goes hand in hand, and you can decode, or uh, you can just remember this by this line or this concept, that when we do strain hardening, or when strain hardening occurs, both strength and hardness increases. There is not increase in only one value, both of these values increases. And therefore we can say generally, whenever strength increases, tensile strength increases, hardness also goes up. So we can say tensile strength is proportional to hardness. But here in our clearance formula, there is no where tensile strength, there is shear strength. This is shear strength. So we know that tensile strength is proportional to hardness, but how is shear strength related to hardness? To do that, we have to see how tensile strength and shear strength are related. So shear strength is equal to, so shear strength is equal to two, uh, we can say two types of or two data here we will give. First, we will be writing shear strength is proportional to 0.5 of tensile strength. Again, I am saying, if you know the answer to this question, if you know the solution to this question, you can just solve the question and write the answer. We will be doing more questions after this. So if you know the solution or answer to any question, just write in the comment section. And if you don't know, then just follow me. So zero point 0.5 of tensile strength, shear strength, or it is also, you can say, equal to 0.577 of tensile strength. So first one is according to Tresca theory, and second one is according to von Mises. So these are the two values, and in both the values it is not important to remember this it here for this question. It is not important this zero point 0.5 and 0.577. It is only important that shear strength is proportional to tensile strength, because according to this equations that I have written at the bottom of the screen, if tensile strength goes up, your shear strength will go up. Therefore we can say that shear strength is proportional to tensile strength. So now I am writing now at the top, so just follow me at the top of the screen. So shear strength is proportional to hardness, because it is proportional to tensile strength, and therefore we can say that clearance is proportional to under root of shear strength is proportional to under root of hardness. So what we have discussed in this question, let me just again summarize. We have this clearance formula, that you should know this formula, because this formula is the formula that you read. The first thing you read about clearance is, the first formula that you read about clearance is this formula. So just remember this formula by heart, or we what we say in Hindi, just is this formula को बस रट लो. Okay, so C is equal to 0.0032 T, where T is thickness, under root tau, where tau is your shear strength. And therefore we can say clearance is directly proportional to under root shear strength, and therefore it is directly proportional to under root of hardness. And we have C1, that is clearance for 250 hardness material, and C2 clearance for 400 hardness material. So it will be under root 250 under root 400. So from here C2 will come out as, so C2 is so one of the students has given the answer here. Let us see if the answer is given correct. So the answer is very much correct. It is also, my answer is also coming out as 1.2649. So we will write the answer as 1.265. Okay, so this is the correct answer. And this question, we can see that this question is not, if you see previous year gate examination papers, that is this question was asked in gate 2020, that is this year's exam only. So if you will see previous year papers, then you can find that this question has not been asked previously. This is a new type of question that was asked in this year only. But in this question, what we have to follow, so listen very carefully. What will you do when you find this type of question which is unique and which was not asked previously? You will just follow the basics and see how you can get to the answer. So here the basic thing to write, or basic, or the first thing that you should write, is the formula of clearance. And in the clearance formula, you can just see that there is T thickness, and here the thickness is not dependent on hardness because it is geometry, but tau shear strength can be dependent on hardness, and we just find out that hardness is directly proportional to shear strength by this logic that we have discussed. So every time a new question comes, just write down what is asked and just see how you can get to the answer and apply the basics. Be calm, because there is nothing very extraordinary that we did here. Now in our next question, which was again asked in this year's exam, this question is on little bit of easy side. So I hope whoever students are watching this session live can answer this question quickly. So the question asks that tolerance for hole, tolerance for shaft is given, allowance is given, basic size is given, so maximum hole size is. What is the maximum hole size? So I am giving you 1 minute to solve this question, and after that I will be answering this question. So solve this question quickly, and after that we will be continuing our discussion. So solve this question quickly. This question is very much on the easier side than we did the previous question. The previous question was asking something new, and this is not the case in this question. So I think this much time is sufficient to solve this question. So let's solve it. So what is asked? Maximum hole size is asked. So first of all, we will see what is given. So let us make this as hole tolerance. So this is upper limit of, so this is hole, this is upper limit, this is lower limit. I am just drawing this roughly. So this upper limit and lower limit difference is our tolerance. So upper limit minus lower limit of hole, so this is tolerance of hole, and it is given as 0.002 millimeters. And allowance is given. So listen very carefully what allowance is. So allowance is equal to minimum clearance. And for clearance, we always do hole size minus shaft size. So minimum clearance means lower limit of hole. Again, hole is coming first in clearance. Remember this. This is a little thing that you can just remember, because that's how clearance fit can be obtained. And upper limit of shaft. So after doing this, we can get the minimum clearance or allowance. So minimum clearance will be lower limit of hole minus upper limit of shaft. And if we draw this as shaft, upper limit and lower limit, so this right here will be the clearance, will be the minimum clearance, that is allowance. So in the question, we are given that basic size is 50 mm. So basic size is, and it is also given basic shaft system. So now there is one important thing that we have to remember here. So listen again very carefully that what basic shaft system is. So in basic shaft system, I am writing it at the bottom. In basic shaft system, upper limit of shaft is equal to basic size. So what is the basic size here? 50. So upper limit of shaft will be 50 mm. So if the question clearly states that basic shaft system is there, then you will just blindly put basic size equal to upper limit of shaft. And there is another shaft system that is there is another basic system that is basic hole system. So if basic hole system is there, which is not there asked in this question, but we will discuss it here. So for basic hole system, lower limit of hole will be equal to basic size. So just remember these two important things, because when you do the question you will find that this basic shaft system and basic hole system is asked a lot. So it is better to remember these things. And again you can see in this year's GATE exam only it is been asked that in basic shaft for a basic shaft system what will be the value of this hole size. So now we will continue our discussion. So for maximum hole size, so let's just see upper limit as 50 mm. So maximum hole size, from this figure you can see maximum hole size will be. So just look at the figure and just tell me what the maximum hole size will be. So maximum hole size will be 50, which is the basic size of shaft, plus allowance plus hole tolerance. So this upper limit of hole we have to calculate. So this upper limit will come out to be 50 point, allowance is 0.003 and hole tolerance is 0.002. So it will come out as 0.005 mm. So again this is very easy question, and so Hemendra Rajput has answered this question just before a second before I wrote the answer. So good, this is the correct answer, and I hope you remember a few things that I taught here, that I discussed in very detail. That always remember what allowance is. Okay, don't forget and don't get confused uh, with clearance. Allowance is different than clearance. Allowance is minimum clearance, and clearance is basically hole size minus shaft size. So allowance was given, and the most important point in this question was basic shaft system. So if you don't remember, or if you don't know what basic shaft system is, you will you will answer this question wrongly, because basic shaft system gives us the data that lower limit, not lower limit, that upper limit, that upper, let us just write it clearly, that upper limit of shaft is equal to basic size, which was 50 mm. So if we will do this question, we will do the same question with basic hole system now. So I will just remove this. I hope you have understood it properly, and now we will do this question with basic hole system assumption. So if this basic hole system is given, then what will be the answer to this question? Just quickly provide me the answer to this question. So Hemend Rajput, if you are watching, just quickly provide me the answer if basic hole system is given. So that is the correct answer that you have provided. So well done. So it will be simply basic size, that is 50 it is the basic size, and this basic size will be lower limit of hole, and this lower limit of hole we will add this value 50 with tolerance of hole, that is 0.002. So we will get our answer. So I hope we have covered all the things that can be asked in this question. And again, you have to remember that round off to 3 decimal places. So this is the you have to write exactly what the answer is. So don't make assumptions, especially in tolerance topic. So in this tolerance topic, don't make assumption, because this tolerance name itself suggests that we have to be very careful in answering. We have to very properly just find the answers, because usually the answer of this topic comes in 3 to 4 decimal places or 2 decimal places. So now we will move forward and do our next question. And this question again came out for GATE 2020. And this question is of turning process question, in which it is given that orthogonal tool geometry, a chip length of 100 mm is obtained for an uncut chip length of 250 mm. So it is given chip length is 100 mm and uncut chip length is 250 mm. So cutting conditions are cutting speed 30 meter per minute, rake angle 20 degrees, and shear plane angle is asked in degrees. So what is the shear plane angle in degrees? Again, answer this question, since this question is on the easier sides of your questions that we will be doing. So I expect you to do this question in under 30 seconds. So I will be giving 30 seconds. After that, I will be doing the question. Just you have to put the formula of shear angle and write the answer. There is nothing extraordinary that we will be discussing here, because of the. So that is again Hemendra Rajput. That is the correct answer, 23.53. Now let's discuss what are the important things that you have to take care here. And well done for doing this question in the amount of time that you should be taking. Don't take more than 30 seconds for this type of question, but also remember that you have to do this question clearly. So don't do questions in such a hurry that you make it wrong. So always keep a balance between faster doing of a question and also the correctness of the process that you follow. So tan phi is equal to r cos alpha minus r sin alpha, where r is chip thickness ratio T by Tc, but we don't have the thickness T and Tc, but we have L and Lc, and here it is Lc by L, and it is equal to 100 by 250. So this will come out as 10 by divided by 25, so 0.4, and we have to just put this r value here. Alpha is given as 20 degree, so the correct answer to this will be 0.4 into cos 20 divided by 1 minus 0.4 into sine 20. So we will do tan inverse and we will find our final answer. Phi is coming out as 23.53 degrees. So what we have to see in this question is that the chip length, just when you do a question, after doing a question, just look into question if you can obtain any data or any pattern, and just absorb that data or pattern, so that you are very well aware of the values and what that values mean. So LC is smaller than L. You have to always remember it, that chip length is always smaller than uncut chip length, and here the data also is pointing out to that fact. And so here the orthogonal tool geometry is there. It is asked, this question is asked for orthogonal tool geometry, but we are not calculating forces here or area of cut here. Therefore the basic assumptions of orthogonal tool geometry is not, we will not have to uh, you can say use that basic assumptions there. But the basic assumptions simply for the orthogonal cutting, for turning process or machining process, we will be discussing after I have discussed one more important thing in this question. We will discuss this next. So in turning process, the chip length is given by L is equal to under root of pi d, where d is the diameter. So if two diameters are given, you have to take average diameter. So this is another thing that you have to just take account into, that L, that is chip length, if it is not given, for example in this question it may be given as, you may be given d1, that is d initial and d final, and you are not given the value of L. So to calculate value of L, you have to simply put this use this equation under root pi d, and after that you can calculate the value of L. So L is equal to under root pi d, and this is the another way to calculate the chip length. And now we will be discussing about the orthogonal turning or orthogonal machining assumptions. So let's discuss that. So let me just make a new page here. Let me open a new page. So let's continue our discussion about orthogonal machining assumptions or orthogonal turning. So this assumptions that we are going to discuss here is not, uh, we didn't have to use that assumption in the previous question, because the previous question was simply using the tan phi is equal to r cos alpha minus r divided by 1 minus r sin alpha formula. So that formula, which is very important formula, and this formula didn't use this assumption. So the first thing is approach angle here is 90 degree, and lambda is approach angle. And you have to remember each and every point of this assumption, each and every details information provided here, because it will come in handy when you are going to solve the question. So approach angle is 90 degree, and always remember that lambda plus cs is equal to 90 degree, where cs is side cutting edge angle. Okay, so you have to remember this point also. And cutting force is equal to tangential force, and thrust force is equal to axial force, and you can write it as Fx by sine lambda, and lambda here is 90 degrees, since we have assumed in our first line that lambda is 90 degree for orthogonal turning. So it will simply become Fx divided by 1. So Ft, that is the thrust force, will be equal to Fx, that is the axial force. And T, so T formula, we will be doing one question in which we will be using T is equal to F sine lambda. So remember this formula very much. This formula is not for orthogonal turning, but for orthogonal turning, what we will be getting? T is equal to F, because sine lambda will be equal to 1. And B is equal to D divided by sine lambda. And here again, we will be getting B is equal to D, because lambda is 90 degree, and therefore sine lambda will be equal to 1. And if this is your tool, let's discuss one more important thing here. So listen very carefully, and first of all, see this, all the things that I have written here for orthogonal turning. So orthogonal turning, I will again tell you, you have to remember only one thing, that is lambda is equal to 90 degrees, and you can say approach angle is equal to 90 degree. And again, one more thing that you can remember is FC, that is cutting force, is equal to tangential force, and FT thrust force is equal to axial force. And other things you can get after putting lambda equal to 90 degree in their basic formulas. Now we will see what this T, B, D, F looks like in orthogonal turning diagram or in any machining diagram. So let me just remove it. So sorry for that. I selected a tool there wrongly. So I'm drawing this rough figure right now, just to give you an example what this, just to give you an idea what this T, F, D and B looks like in the figure. So here in this triangle, this right angle triangle I am drawing here. Okay. So this is 90 degree, and this line right here, this is T thickness, this is D depth of cut, this is B width, this is F speed. Okay. So this is your workpiece, this is your single point cutting tool, and this angle, what will be this angle? This angle is your CS, that is a side cutting edge angle. And now this angle will be lambda, that is approach angle, or that will be the or you can say from this figure only that CS plus lambda is equal to 90 degree, because this angle being 90 degree. So always remember this triangle that I have discussed, and from this triangle only you can get an idea that what F, T, B and D are related from, and from this you can also get the relation, that is T is equal to F sine lambda. You can also get this relation, B is equal to D by sine lambda. So these relations are obtained from this figure only, and this figure is there. Yes, F sine lambda means F sine approach angle, and you can see from this figure, we will just calculate that. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. If you have any doubt, you can just ask in the comment section. So this triangle, just basically remember this triangle. It is very important, and you will find that if you remember this triangle or this cutting, this triangle is nothing but the cutting area. And if you will also find this triangle here. So this area and this area, if you add this both this area, what you will be getting? You will be getting cutting area AC. And what will be the cutting area? It will be, what will be the value of area 1 and area 2? First of all, see properly that area 1 and area 2 are equal. Okay, I hope this much is understood by you. So we will find area as 2 times of, what will be the value of this triangle's area? It will be half height into base, so half t into b, or half f into d. So you can use either of this, because both these formulas can give you the area of this triangle, and 2 times area of this triangle we will find the cutting area. So what will be the cutting area? It will be half bt, so it will be equal to bt, or it will be 2 times into half fd, so it will be simply equal to fd. So these are the two formulas of cutting area, or the area which is cut, and this is simply given by bt or fd. And I think you should now also understood from where this area for bt and fd is coming from. In this workpiece turning operation, the single point cutting tool is removing this much of triangular area from both the sides. So we are getting this bt and fd cutting area from this. And one more important thing that can be asked in your GATE examination is that, is area AC, that is you can simply say cut area, is it depending upon any angle? Is this area depending on upon CS or lambda, that is approach angle? So I am expecting an answer in the comment section. So is cut area, that is the area which is removed from the workpiece by the turning operation, is it depending upon any angle? Is it depending upon side cutting edge angle, which is here, or it is depending upon? So the answer is not depending, which is the correct answer given by Hemendra. So that is the correct answer, because we will simply, whenever a question is asking, is the given parameter is depending upon some other parameter or not, we will, for this type of question, we will simply see the formula every time. For not only this subject, we will do this, we will follow this basic concept, basic logic for other subjects also. So whenever this type of thing is asking or asked to us, we will simply see the formula. And here in the formula we can see that the area formula is not having any angle relation. So therefore simply we can say that the cut area is not depending upon any angle. If CS is 0, then area will not be getting changed. If CS is increased to 90°, the area will not be getting changed. So I am just removing all this and drawing one last thing. So for orthogonal turning, approach angle lambda is equal to 90°. So this was the assumption, and therefore what will be the workpiece and single point cutting tool figure looks like for this type of orthogonal turning. So for orthogonal turning, we will simply make approach angle equal to 90 degrees, so it will look like this. So here, this is your approach angle, and it is equal to 90 degrees. So this is nothing very much of importance. This is just what we are seeing by our concept. So we are just, I have just drawn this just to make you see that how this orthogonal turning figure will look like, because here the approach angle is 90 degree and this angle right here is the approach angle, and here it will be equal to 90 degree if we draw it like this. And the figure which we previously draw was looking like this. Here this angle was your lambda, that is the approach angle. So we just made this approach angle equal to 90 degree for orthogonal turning. So therefore that is the thing that I wanted to share here. So now we will move forward and do a next question. So this is another question that was asked in this year's GATE exam, that is GATE 2020. And this question is again a new type of question, but this question is very easy because we have to only apply the basic concepts here. And this question, since is lengthy, so a student can get confused that and also some extra datas are provided, so a student can get confused that he or she has to do this very lengthy, very difficult question. But that is not the case. If a question is uh, lengthy, you just see first of all what the question is asking by just reading the line in which the what the question is asking is written, and just see which data you need, which values, which assumptions you need to get to that answer. Don't get panicked, because usually lengthy questions are one of the most easiest question, because in the lengthy question extra data are provided and all the data are provided and we don't have to assume anything. So just we will do this question. So in this question it is given that a cylindrical bar 200 diameter is being turned with a tool having geometry as shown in the question, or as written in the question. And this is according to ASA coordinate system and resulting in cutting force FC1. So first cutting force is given FC1. Tool geometry, if changed to this much of values, then all the other parameters remain same, but the cutting force changes to FC2. Specific cutting energy, that is joule per mm cube, is UC is equal to U naught T1 raised to the power minus 4. So we know a different formula of specific cutting energy, but here a different formula is given. So we will use this properly. But remember, we also know a formula of specific cutting energy that we will be using in this question. U0 is specific cutting energy coefficient and T1 is uncut thickness in millimeters. And value of percentage change in cutting force FC2, that is this is asked, and we have to round off to 1 decimal place. So if you know how to solve this question, then I will be giving you 1 minute to solve this question, and 1 minute is sufficient. So just take your time, go through this question again, and then I will be discussing this question and discussing some important tips after I do this question. Again, just remember that you also know a specific cutting energy formula, and I will also give you a hint here that you also know a formula for T, that is the uncut chip thickness. We just discussed this when we were discussing about orthogonal turning. So I will give you 20 seconds more. So now I will be answering this question. So that much time should be enough to do this question. You shouldn't be taking more than this much of time, because I already read through that question before giving you a time. So you should do this question under 30 seconds or under 1 minute. So let's discuss what this question was asking and how we can solve this. So we have to find the value of percentage change in cutting force FC2. So let me just bring a blank page to solve this question. So what is being asked here? FC2 minus FC1 divided by FC1 into 100. So FC2 minus FC1 divided by FC1 into 100. So this is asked. This means that we have to find a relation between FC1 and FC2. That means we have to find a relation or a equation of cutting force FC. So we are going to find that. And here one of the most important things that you have to see, that I have stressed out, that I have pointed out to you then when I wrote the question, that specific cutting energy is equal to U naught into T1 raised to the power minus 4. So specific cutting energy is equal to U naught T1 raised to the power minus 0.4. And we also know that from your basic discussion, from your basic notes, you can see that you can just say that specific cutting energy is equal to FC, that is the cutting force, divided by 1000 FD, where F is speed, D is depth of cut, and we can also say it is equal to power divided by material removal rate. And from this power divided by material removal rate only, we have come to this equation, that is FC, cutting force, divided by 1000 FD, because power is equal to FC into V, cutting velocity, and material removal rate is equal to 1000 V FD, and where V is your cutting velocity in meter per minute. And to convert this in convert this in mm cube per minute, we did this, and the unit of specific cutting energy is joule per mm cube. So by cancelling out V, you can see that we are getting this specific cutting energy formula. And we just discussed that uncut chip thickness is equal to F sine lambda is approach angle, and here we can just replace the value of your t with this F sine lambda. So what we will be getting here, so I hope you have remembered this equation, t is equal to F sine lambda. And how we got this? We got this from this triangle that we discussed in detail. T, F, here D, here B, here it was CS, here it was lambda. So from this triangle only, which is the area cut, we got this F sine lambda. So let me just remove this. So now we will be finding this relation between FC and angle lambda, that is approach angle. So from this equation that we have written, we can say that FC cutting force is proportional to sine lambda raised to the power minus 0.4. And in the question, we have been provided with the different values of angle, and therefore by using that we can get to the final answer. So now I have provided you how to solve this question, and now you have to simply put the value and just get the answer. So what will be the answer to this question? I'm giving you 1 minute again, because this question was quite new, and this question again is very important for you to understand how to do this lengthy questions. So we got this FC is proportional to sine lambda raised to the power minus 4. Now what is the value of FC2 minus FC1 divided by FC1 into 100? What will be the value of this? I am asking you this because still you can make mistake. So I am just waiting for you to see if you are doing this question properly or not. Just give me the answer to this question, and I will be back after drinking water. So I will be back after 2 minutes. So let's take it as 2 minute break, and you just solve this question. Be prepared. Just you can just review your notes to see if anything you need. So 2 minutes break. We will do one more question after this, then we will end this class. So just be with me, and we will just continue this class and do the question. So I hope you have solved the question. So what will be the answer to this question? So let me just solve it. It is very simple now. We have to just simply see what lambda is, what approach angle here is, and I have already discussed you all the things. So yes, it is coming out negative, and the correct answer is also in negative. So what is it is coming out in negative? What will be the answer in negative? So just provide me the answer that is coming out in negative. You don't have to just skip or just 5 point, yes, it will come around 5.6 minus 5.6. So when you are going to write the answer, so minus 5.6. So when you are going to write the answer, you here should not miss the negative sign, or else you will write the question, or else you will make the wrong answer, because value of percentage change is asked. There is nowhere it is given that you have to write the magnitude of percentage change. And also in this question, since the answer is coming out in negative and that is the correct answer, it is already given that this is the value that you have to find. So the question is already given that you have to just answer whatever this value is coming, and if this value is coming out negative, then you have to answer the question with the negative sign. If you are not doing that, then you are easily making the silly mistake of not writing the minus sign and just making that 2 marks that can be available to you, just making it wrong. So don't skip the minus sign. That's why I made you calculate this, so that you can understand that if magnitude is asked, that then you will not write minus sign. But if it is simply asking like what will be the percentage change, what will be the value if this is subtracted from that, here there is nowhere written the magnitude, only it is written that percentage change. So the minus sign, we have to write it, we have to consider it, and the correct answer includes the minus sign. So let me just do this question now. So FC2 will be, I'm just writing this like this, FC2. So that is the correct answer, minus 5.59, and we will round it off to 5.6, because I think it is given that round off to one decimal place. So just do that and write minus 5.6. So this is we have to calculate, and our first thing is sine. What will be the, for second set of data, what will be the value of approach angle, since this is your side cutting edge angle, and we know that side cutting edge angle plus approach angle is equal to 90 degree, and this is given as CS is given as 0, so lambda will be 90 degree for second case. So sine 90 degrees raised to the power minus 0.4 minus, in the first case it is CS is 30 degrees, so lambda will be, approach angle will be 60 degrees, and we will divide this with FC1, which is again proportional to this, and we will multiply by 100 because that is what given in the question. So our final answer should come out to be minus 5.6 after rounding off. So that is the answer. That's why this question is very important, and that's why I selected this question for you to do in this class, because first of all we see here that if some different, let us just erase all the thing and discuss what we learned from this question, or what we can just take from this question to make us better prepared for our exam. So the first thing that you can see here is that specific cutting energy formula is given as different formula than we already know. So we know that specific cutting energy A is equal to FC divided by 1000 FD, but the formula that is given here is given as U naught T1 raised to the power minus 0.4. So we related both of this formula, and we now saw that there is not two values of thickness T1 and T2 are not given, but two values of approach angle are given. So we converted that approach that thickness value, uncut chip thickness value, to approach angle value, because we know that T is equal to F sine lambda. So therefore we did that, and we used that to find a relation between cutting force and your approach angle. And after we found out the relation, we simply put the values wherever we have to put this, and we found out that our answer was coming out as negative, but we don't remove the negative sign because that's how the answer was asked, that how the question was written, and therefore our final answer, the change will be negative because it is decreasing. Therefore we have to show the negative sign. So the correct answer is minus 5.6. So again, you can see, if you will now focus and see, that this lengthy question was just there to this lengthy question was just an easy question. With little bit of logic, we can solve this question in a matter of under 1 minute. So again, don't panic if you see long question. Don't panic if you see a question which is not asked before, because everyone will be facing the same issue. But you have to be calm. You have to just see what are the concepts, what are the formulas I can use to get to the value, to get to the correct answer, and then just find the correct answer. And always remember that if magnitude is asked, then don't write minus sign. But if magnitude is not asked, if change is asked, then write the minus sign, because the negative sign is also important to answer the change, because negative sign is answering that the change is negative, the change is decreasing. So this is the final question that we will be doing in today's class. And after doing this question, we will be ending this class. And once again, thank you for Hemendra Rajput for joining us in this class, and for a healthy discussion, for answering the questions properly. So before ending this class, let me just remind you once more that we will be continuing our important question discussions in the coming days. So if you want to attend the classes, you can always come live. I will be taking class around 2 p.m. every day. So, and I will also be taking class in Unacademy's website there, where again the content is far better because of the interface. So you can just come there at Unacademy's website and see for yourself how the classes works. So now let's do this question. So this question, I think, came in 2019 of GATE, and this question is milling question. And in this question, it is asked that length, width, and thickness of a steel sample are given as 400, 40, and 20 millimeters. Thickness needs to be uniformly reduced by 2 mm in a single pass by using horizontal slab milling. So in this line, we got two information which is very important to solve this question. We first of all got that information that this is a case of slab milling, and secondly we got the information that depth of cut is equal to 2 mm. The milling cutter with diameter 100 mm and width 50 mm is given, and 20 teeth is given. So now teeth is given, then we can expect that we have to find F in mm per minute, and if a number of teeth is given, then F can be found out by feet per tooth into number of teeth into rotational speed. So this is the formula that we will be using, and now we will be seeing that feet per tooth is also given because number of teeth is given. So this must be given to get our final F value, that is feed in mm per minute. The feed direction is along the length of the sample. If the over travel distance is same as approach distance, the approach distance and time taken to complete the required machining task are. So this question I think was of 1 marks question, but again you can see this question is quite lengthy, but this question is of 1 marks, so you can expect the calculation to be quite easy. So here we are provided with the assumption that approach distance and over travel distance are same and approach distance is asked. So the compulsory approach or the approach will be equal to, the formula for that will be, so let me just give you 30 seconds to solve this question, and just do this question, write down the answer in the comment section. After that I will be solving this question. Quickly do this question. If you want to see the formula, just open your formula. I will give you 30 seconds more and just see what the formula is and do this question. But do this question because this is easy question and I expect the students watching live to do this. If you need to find the formula, you can open the milling section of your notes and see that there is a approach, compulsory approach written. What is the formula of that? Use it to calculate the formula value. Our first part of the question will be solved via that, and after that calculate the machining time by simply using effective length divided by feed in per minute. So what is the correct answer of approach distance? At least you should have calculated it. So Hemendra Rajput has answered D, and that is the correct answer since one student has answered it. So I will simply select the correct answer D. So now we will see how we found out this. So I am going to quickly solve it because this is 1 marks question and it should be done quickly. So the x, that is approach distance, will be under root depth of cut diameter of cutter minus depth of cut. So what we will get is, we will get d as 2 and 100 minus 2. So it will come out as under root 196. So under root 196 is equal to, the root 196 is equal to 14. So the correct answer, first part of the question, approach distance, is coming out as 14. So we will have A option and D options to choose from, and now we will find the time taken to complete the machining task. So T M, machining time, it will be equal to LE, that is the effective length, and we will do under root, not under root, we will just multiply it with FM, that is feed in per minute. And what will be the effective length? What is the length of the workpiece here? It is 400. What is the approach distance? 14. What is the over travel distance? 14. And rest we don't have to take any other additional length for our effective length. And what is FM? It is FT, which is the feet per tooth, 0.05. Number of teeth is 20. Rotational speed is 1200. So what will be the answer here? Let me solve it. So it is coming out in as 21.4 seconds. So this is the correct answer, and D is the correct option that we have chosen. So that's it for today's class. And one thing again, in this question you can see that this question is lengthy, but it is very easy. We are just following what we have learned. So don't, the main thing that we can learn from this class is questions can come lengthy because this is the trend in GATE examination. Today, in today's class, we did GATE 2020 question, and this one question, particular question, was from GATE 2019. So a lot of question was very lengthy to read, but they were usually providing extra data. So don't get confused, just follow the basic what you have studied and solve according to it. And let's do this one more question before ending the class, which is simply saying asking the process which uses a tapered horn to amplify and focus the mechanical energy of for machining of glass is. So what will be the answer to this question? It is again very easy question, because only one process among this is using the a tapered horn to amplify and focus the mechanical energy. So what will be the answer to this question? So I am writing, so the answer to this question is C, ultrasonic machining. See, it is already given that a tapered horn is used to amplify and focus the mechanical energy. So let me just provide you some figures. Let me just show you some figures. See, this is what a ultrasonic horn looks like. So this ultrasonic horn, I have taken this image from Wikipedia. So you can just also search ultrasonic horn and you will find this. So why I selected this image? Because here you can see input end. In input you are connecting this with the transducer. So there are two types of transducer. What are the two types of transducer we have? We have magnetostrictive transducer and piezoelectric transducer in ultrasonic machining. And with this transducer, the input end is connected and we are getting low amplitude there, but this horn is converting that low amplitude into high amplitude, and its output tip is in contact with the liquid or the slurry, and that slurry is making brittle fracture, and due to that ultrasonic machining is happening. So this is mainly what the horn does and how the horn looks like. So you can get a proper view of that, practical view of that. So again, one more thing you can remember here is that ultrasonic horn is connected with a transducer at one end, and coming in contact with the liquid at the other end. And at one end where it is connected with the transducer, low amplitude is there, and at the other end high amplitude is there. And the gate question is also giving you the information that a tapered horn is amplifying. What amplifying? It is amplifying the amplitude, and also it is focusing the mechanical energy into that slurry. So that you can just see, you can just remember this point, because I have already asked you that whenever you solve a question, whenever you answer a question, after answering the question, just see what information you can get from the question. That no, don't just see that tapered horn, ultrasonic machining, that will be the correct answer. Don't just see this and move forward. See what you can learn from this question, because this is the official information provided by the IIT team that prepared the GATE paper. So you can get the data here that a tapered horn is used to amplify and focus the mechanical energy. So that's it for today's class. I hope you found this class helpful. If you found this class helpful, or some tips if you found helpful, then like the class, and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon for notification, because whenever an educator will go live, you will get to know, you will get notified, so you can attend his or her class. You can use this code to get 10% off and attend our classes at unacademy.com, and there you can also attend test series which you can give, and you can see that how your performance is, and improve according to it. And start giving test series as soon as possible, because in the test series is not there for you to just score marks. It is there for you to learn time management, because you will be learning how you will do 65 questions in your final exam, by giving test series which is just similar to what you will encounter in your final exam. The format and layout will be simple, and you will also make mistake in the test series, and that mistakes you can see them in your home while you are preparing, and work on that mistake, so that when the time comes, when your final exam comes, you are well prepared and you can avoid that mistakes. So that's it for today's class. Thank you for watching. Best of luck for your preparation. Stay safe and take care.